Sounds good.
Okay, so it's letting me record, but it doesn't give me an option for AI notes. Yeah, sorry. That's
Yeah,
odd.
me
I
too.
would have thought we could. But here's AI Companion. Hold on, I'm loading AI Companion here. Network error. The AI Companion might not be such a companion today. Ask me questions about this meeting.
It says in the top, this meeting is being recorded. AI Companion is using the conversation transcript.
Oh, good. Okay. Then we're good to go. I've got AI Companion running. Good evening, everybody. It is Monday, September 8th, 2025, 7:02 p.m. And this meeting of the Wellington Sustainability and Energy Committee will come to order. Quorum status, we have 3 of 4 active members attending, so we have a quorum this evening. We'll go to present to speak. Members of the public are encouraged to speak, limited to time and appropriateness. And we have one member of the public with us this evening. Ralph, did you want to say anything at present to speak?
No, I have nothing to say tonight.
Okie doke. Then we will move on to item 4 on the agenda, old business. Item A, I'm sorry, I still don't have any update on that. I would really like to get an assessment of one of our large buildings, either Center School or even the Public Works building or something, to see if we could what the economics would be of switching from fossil fuels to solar and heat pumps at one of those buildings. But unfortunately, I don't have any kind of a case study to base anything on. So for now, we're kind of stalled. But I know that we've been talking with our energy broker and that they may be able to do something for us, correct?
I don't remember anymore, but I was going to mention that for Button Hill, we were looking recently, I was looking at air to water heat pumps for our boiler system. And I'm just wondering if the selectmen would be more amenable to that, so that we could at least run some of our heat using heat pumps and potentially solar panels at some point, while still having having 2 systems, essentially. Not that anybody wants to pay for 2 systems, but a backup isn't really a bad thing. And if we could run an air to water heat pump down to 35 degrees and then pick up with oil or propane or whatever they pick up on after that, that may be a win for both sides, because
Sure.
propane and oil
It may well cut into the fossil fuel usage. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And they could use their argument for we need a backup source that'll run on a generator kind of goes away.
Yeah, so let's Don, why don't you and I take that offline and talk about it? Maybe you have some numbers that I can try to put in for that letter so that we can finally put that to bed. Do you have some time during the month before our next meeting?
Potentially.
Right.
I don't have any numbers on costs at this point in time.
Okay.
And I just
want that's what I would really want. I want to know, what materials do we need? What machines do we need? What are the costs? That's really what I want to be able to present. So
we're supposed to be talking with Lindsay Fowles of Energize Connecticut out of the 203 area code about doing air to water heat pumps at Button Hill and getting some of their experts on the line. So I might find out something that's worthwhile knowledge that could be transferable.
Okay, yeah, see what you can find out, and let's try to talk between meetings and see if we can have something for next time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, under old business, item B. I'm sorry, anybody else have anything else on that? Bill, I don't know if you had anything to contribute on that.
I do not.
Okay. Item B under old business, discussion on status to pass along information to townspeople about Connecticut's 2025 cheaper rebate program for new and used electric hybrid vehicles. Bill, do you have a status on that?
I have to say that I have not done anything with it yet.
Okay, we really just need, do they have a PDF brochure that we could just put on our webpage and link for people? That's really all we need.
Very likely. Yep.
Right. Why don't you see if you can find something like that and pass it along, and we'll try to get it out there for next meeting.
Yes.
Okay. And that kind of goes hand in hand with item C, discuss the status of updating our WISE webpage. I haven't done that yet. Be nice to be able to do it all at once, the cheaper rebate, the updates that we need, did we ever get the terms from Shannon? Did she send those along, Don? I don't remember seeing them. The term
Did
expiration dates
I
for.
thought I
other
thought I sent
bills.
them to you.
Okay,
I-
if you did, then they're in my inbox. I'll get them. I just don't remember seeing them.
Let me just take a look. Meanwhile, go ahead.
Sure.
Labor Day picnic. Boy, I'm going back to 8/11. I don't see him.
Okay. Just, we'll take care of
Okay.
that offline.
Yeah.
All right. Item D under old business, discuss any quantity information acquired about organic waste generated in Wellington. Someone is saying I've been on hold. Hold on a second. Is that for this meeting? Is there a WISE meeting? Okay. It must be Bill. Oh, there he is.
I don't see him in the picture block yet.
Here he comes.
Yep.
Hi, Bill. I'm so sorry I didn't see you join.
Microphone's off, Bill. Or should I say you're muted?
So, Bill, we just got through the old business, except I guess we're on item D right now under old business. Do you want a quick recap of where we are? I can certainly run down what we just talked about. It only took a couple minutes.
You guys able to hear me now?
Yes.
Yep, we can hear you. Yep. So we opened the meeting. We determined we had a quorum because 3 out of 4 are here, but now 4 out of 4 are here, so we're all set there. At present to speak, Ralph Toulis is the only member of the public. He declined to speak. Under old business, I'm still waiting on some numbers to revise that letter to the Board of Selectmen regarding eliminating fossil fuels or trying to stop future use of fossil fuels in Wellington. Bill is still looking into some kind of a flyer or a PDF or something about about Connecticut's 2025 cheaper rebate. We're at a standstill on updating the webpage because we don't have our term expiration dates yet, or we're not sure if we have them or not. It doesn't appear that we do. And we're right up to item D, which was right now discuss any quantity information about acquired about organic waste generated in Wellington. I think the best person for that, at least a place to start, would be Phil Stevens to ask,
John?
who can we talk to in the cafeterias about how much waste they generate.
John, I
Yes,
talked to Phil Stevens at a town meeting one night and presented the idea to him, and he was saying that there's really not a whole lot of way to quantify what they're getting rid of. As far as the waste.
How much
He said that he'd be willing to talk about it some more, but that they don't really have a way of separating things to determine
Right.
what they would have that would be an appropriate.
Right. Initially, all I would want is what's the tonnage we're hauling away from the school, because some percentage of that is organic, right?
Yeah.
So if it's 50% organic, then we kind of know what our tonnage is of potential compostables. If it's 80% organic, we still know, but we'd have to know how much of it is organic. But a starting point is how much
Tonnage is a good metric. Okay.
Yeah, they must have a dumpster that gets hauled, and so any hauling company is going to tell us how much they're hauling. That's how
Correct.
they're billing us, I'm
Yep.
sure. So that would be at least a place to start, and then we could start to take because there's going to be all kinds of stuff in there. There's going to be coffee grounds and produce ends and all the stuff that gets wasted in a kitchen and is chopped up and thrown out. There should be at least a significant amount of organic waste in there that could be composted.
I'll ask him about that.
Can we back up
Yeah,
for a
and even-
second, John?
Sure.
I received a letter from the town clerk about the members of our board, what their terms were and what their phone numbers and contact information was. I can't remember the exact wording. Did you get one of those from Nicole?
I don't remember seeing one. Was it by email or in the mail?
It was by email. And I remember responding to it about a week ago for the housing authority. And just the fact that we don't know the terms right now, and the fact that I didn't send them to you, and the fact that
Mhm.
she wanted information on our members so she could contact them and keep track of their terms so that when they were ready to expire, I guess her concept is to contact us. I thought that all kind of fit together. And if you didn't get something, I'll shoot her an email if you want me to. And
Yeah, sure, please.
I'll ask
Yeah.
terms and I'll ask if she could make sure that she contacted you on that. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks, Don.
Yep.
Okay, so we do have the schools that are generating quite a bit of compostable materials. There's also certain businesses in town that might generate quite a bit of compostable stuff. Burger King, they throw away food when, you know, they prepare food in advance, and it's fast food because they can just pull it off the heat tray and give it to you. But if it's been on the heat tray too long, they have to throw it away. So there's tons of food that gets wasted in a fast food environment. You know, Burger King is just one example. There's a couple of different fast food places in town. There's a Subway in town. There's you know, a couple of different restaurants, and there's bound to be quite a bit of organic waste in bulk in town. And so it'd be neat to see if we could start recycling that rather than sending it to the landfill. But that's got all that kind of information all has to be gathered. Anybody else have any comments on item D from old business, or are we done with that one for now?
I got nothing.
Okay, hearing nothing, we'll move along to 5, new business. A, discuss if any further progress has been made about monitoring the kilowatt hour usage of the electrical heaters at the pump house. Don, do you have any ideas there?
I have nothing to add. Let me just carry that if you don't mind another
Sure.
month. Although yeah, I should bring that up. It gets lost month to
Okay.
month. I'll just carry
Yeah.
it through again. Go ahead.
Okay, item B under new business, I wanted to discuss the purchase and use of battery-powered lawn care equipment for town properties. What tipped me off to think about this was the recent article on the warrant, item 2, I think, on the last town meeting, was to allocate $103,000 for a new roadside trimmer. And it occurred to me that, you know, our lawn care equipment in town, such as it is likely burning gasoline, if not 2-cycle engines. There may be oil burners. You know, we may have some leaf blowers and lawn mowers and other equipment that are all 2-cycle. I don't know for certain because I don't have any inventory on those things, but I think it's something that's worth talking about with the head of the Public Works.
Here.
It's not Phil.
Troy.
Troy.
Right?
Troy.
Yeah. Might be worth talking to Troy, and because I would love to see us switch to electric. I have all electric yard care equipment at my house, and it's fantastic stuff. Steel, the people that make chainsaws, are making professional grade yard care equipment that runs on electricity. There's a number of different companies. They're really
I can
good
vouch
stuff.
for Ego. I have all Ego.
Yeah, I use All Works because I bought one of them and then I had the batteries, and so I started buying more. And yeah,
Yep.
they're fantastic. Yeah, the Works tools have a 2 amp hour battery and a 4 amp hour battery. Some of the tools, my chainsaw uses 2 batteries. My leaf blower uses 2. The lawnmower uses 2. The snow blower uses 2. But I got 12 batteries, and I just keep them charged, and they're fantastic. They do a great job. The professional grade stuff is also really good. 2-cycle engines in particular, I have a real stick up my butt about 2-cycle engines. They burn oil. They burn it on purpose. That's how they lubricate the engine, is by burning oil through the piston. And the running one of those engines for an hour is the equivalent of driving your car for half a year. In the terms of carbon pollution. So those things I would really love to see those get eradicated. And also, if you switch to electric, then there's no more dependence on the cost of gasoline. There's no more fuel mixing. There's no more hazardous material data sheets that you need to keep on site because you're mixing gasoline and oil. and all that kind of stuff. There's savings to be found both by fuel use and just by hazardous materials not being used.
In all honesty, John, the electric solution to landscape equipment is still only a partial answer, because there are some devices such as blowers which go through batteries, even 5 and 7 amp hour batteries, in short order. They're not made to generate the kind of physics necessary to operate a leaf blower. So, you
Yeah,
know, while you could definitely make good progress with a string trimmer or a push mower, or even a self-propelled zero turn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There are
Bill.
some
The smaller
shortcomings
handheld
that
stuff.
they won't be
Yeah.
able to answer with it.
Yeah, the smaller handheld stuff can be used. You know, the giant leaf blowers, yeah, they've got like a 4-cycle engine on them. They'll have a 3.5 horse Briggs and Stratton powering it. So that's not something that a battery operated rig is going to be ready to replace right away. That's a lot of power. But for the smaller, backpack blowers or just handheld blowers, like you say, edgers, trimmers, handheld mowers, push
Well,
mowers.
on most of the blowers, those are 2-cycle as well. So that's a problem that's still going to be really, really evident.
Which the larger blowers or the
Yeah,
backpack
even like
blowers?
a steel backpack or a Shindawa backpack, they use mixed gas,
Yes, yeah, those are all mixed gas, and those are the things I'd like to see replaced by battery
and
operated.
those can't be replaced yet, because you can run through a battery on full tilt in about 15 to 20 minutes.
Really?
Even a 5 or 7 amp hour, because I have big batteries that are actually make the tool heavy to use, and I can run those dry in no time. Yeah.
All right, I would be
Unfortunately.
interested to see what there's got to be some pro stuff out there too. Let's
Yeah, I
let's
can
at
give you a
least
demonstration. I got all the
Yeah.
stuff,
yeah.
all the
Okay.
tools. Yep.
Still in all, I would love to see a way to stop using 2-cycle engines if it's at all possible. So I
Absolutely.
think that's
You're
something we
right.
should continue to look at and see if technology.
You're
gets
correct
any
in
better.
your depiction of that.
Yeah. Anybody else want to discuss that any further?
I just forwarded everybody the committee terms that I found in my email.
Oh, great.
So
Great, cool.
everybody has a copy of it now.
All right, I'll
Thanks, Don.
see if I can get online to get the updates done to the website this month.
Okay.
Yes, Bill. Bill, did you say something? Or
Bill Bonnell didn't.
okay.
Okay.
Bill Lujan.
Okay. Moving on to CT sustainability. It's actually sustainability CT. It's an initiative where towns join up and say, yes, I want to be a sustainable community. They make grant money available for various projects. They've done a lot of good stuff. I can share my screen and show you I have a web page open for them. Of course, just to block me out of the way. Here it is. So they do a lot of stuff with Sustainability CT. Here's a flip book of their projects. And it's not working for me now. What's going on?
And it's sustainable CT. Okay.
Yeah. So they this is some of the stuff they've done in Farmington. They installed a 19.5 kilowatt PV system to power a facility, the Wilcox Bushley Homestead Environmental Education Center. They put some solar panels up on here. In Hartford, they did an energy expo, crowdfunded, and then they matched so that they could have people coming out to an expo. Youth Climate Arts Project in New Haven. They're doing all kinds of stuff. Food waste and diversion and composting, what we were just talking about. They provided food waste education, collected compost from families, provide 50 families with composting buckets so that they could deliver food scraps to compost bins on farms. We could perhaps partner with a farm here in town that wants to get some compostable material. Shredded paper is also a great resource for composters. So, if people are looking for ways to compost, we can certainly educate them about it. They also provided 10 families with vermicompost bins. It's a worm farm. Worms love to eat food scraps. We had a worm farm for a while. It was fantastic. We would take all the food scraps from our usual week of cooking, put them in the blender, liquefy them, and pour it in on a level with the worms. And the worms ate it all and produced a nice rich compost. And they also produced compost tea, which was a great fertilizer to spread on your plants. So they're doing a lot of good stuff in that area. We would need to apply to become a sustainable community. But I think it's worth it. There's no cost to apply. And we could potentially get grants for some projects if we wanted to look into doing anything along the lines of what they're promoting. So, they're doing a lot of good stuff, and I think it's worthwhile. Maybe what we should do is see if we can get somebody from Sustainable CT to come to our next meeting. Would that be okay? Do you want to put that on the agenda for our next meeting? See if we can get someone to attend.
Sure.
Great idea.
Okay. Anybody have anything else on this?
Yeah, I know. Well, my problem I have with composting, and I do it, but it's kind of funky in that I have a problem with the fact that I breed flies. Does anybody have a solution for that besides what I do?
We're actually going to be breeding flies on purpose at our house. We have quail. We're getting quail eggs from our quail. And
Okay.
as a result of having quail, we also have quite a bit of quail poop. So I haven't done it yet, but I've got the designs and I've got it half built. I'm building a soldier fly larva harvester. It's a composting bin that's set up for soldier flies. The flies come in and they lay their eggs. You put cardboard scrap above the layer of stuff that you're composting. And the flies come in and they lay their eggs in the cardboard. And then the eggs hatch and they tunnel out and they fall into the compost and they'll eat whatever is in there being composted, whether it's quail poop or food scraps or leaves or shredded paper or whatever we put in there. The larva will eat in the compost until they're ready to go find a hole in the ground and pupate. So once they're fat enough and they know that they need to go pupate, their natural instinct is to climb upwards. So the way the thing is built is it's got two shelves that go in towards a common point at the bottom. The larvae all climb up either side. They'll go this way or that way, but their natural inclination is to climb upwards to get out of the compost and get into the dirt. They reach the top and then they just fall into a 5-gallon pail. And we take the 5-gallon pail full of maggots and bring them to our quail and put them in their food chute, and then the quail eat the maggots and we get more eggs. So we kind of are breeding flies on purpose, but we're not letting them mature. We're just taking the maggot stage and feeding it to our birds, and the birds love them.
Don, I was going to ask you if there's anything that's unusual in your compost.
What do you mean
For
by
me?
unusual?
Don.
Well,
Don.
no, basically it's mostly vegetables, no meat.
Yeah, meat would be something that the flies would be attracted to. Rotting meat
Right.
would be, something they want.
Yeah, no, it's mostly just vegetables and not too much in the way of grass clippings or anything, because all it is essentially a 55-gallon drum with a lid on it. So
Yeah.
it's sort of anaerobic in some respects, but it's not a tight lid. So I end up just way too often having to spray them with fly killer, and then this compost goes on the edge of the lawn somewhere, not for food supplies.
Yeah.
Right, because it's been sprayed. Yeah. You might want to try, for one thing, for the anaerobic part of that, Don, get a piece of 4-inch PVC and put some
Yeah.
holes in the side of it. poke holes all the way around so that it becomes a polka dotted piece of 4-inch PVC, and then anchor that in the center of your barrel and pile the food scraps around it. So the air can get, it can aerate through that pipe.
You
And that
think
might
it-
cut down on your lack of aeration.
Okay, now, I don't know if that would cut down on my flies or not, but I would agree that it would
Yeah,
help
I'm not
air-
saying it's gonna cut down on your flies, but it may
Okay.
cut down on the need for constant aeration.
Just to
Um,
let you guys know, I've just finished building some prototypes of that. And what I did was, as you said, John, use some pipe. I made an L, so I have a dog leg. So you have
Yeah.
your fresh air intake on the bottom. You have all your holes spread through the vertical section of the pipe. And then
Yeah.
I got some old, I went to Mansfield Supply and asked them for some old screening. And then I wrapped the screening around the pipe. So none of the
okay, yep.
none of the debris
None of the critters can get
compost
through.
can get into the
Yep.
piping. And you
Yeah,
have a clear channel. And what I'm doing is I'm putting actually I got some 2-inch pipe from scrap, and I'm building like 2 or 3 of these to go in each of my piles. And you just set those in place, and then you rebuild your pile, transferring from one place to another.
right. And what's also neat about it too, when you have the pipe set up that way with the L at the bottom to pull fresh air in,
Yep.
compost is naturally warm. It'll warm up as it rots. So the air inside that pipe ends up being warmer than the air outside.
Huh.
As a result, it'll rise and it'll pull fresh
Convection.
air in
Yep.
from underneath. It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Don, you might want to just look on YouTube and see, look for a video. How can I cut down on flies in my compost pile? There's a lot of great stuff on YouTube these days about all this stuff. That's where we got our plans for the soldier fly larva compost pile. And
Okay,
anybody with chickens is going to love us for our soldier fly larva. What's her name? Margaret Kankowski. She's on library board with Jen. She's got chickens, and so I told her that I'd bring her some snacks for her birds. All right, so have we done CT sustainability to death? I think we have.
Yep.
We'll try to get somebody from them to come in next month, and we'll decide if we want to have the town apply.
who are we gonna charge for that detail?
I don't
Who's
see a whole lot
a
of volunteers jumping
volunteer?
up.
Hey, what was that? I hear somebody volunteer?
I'll take it.
Okay. All right.
I brought that whole thing to the attention of the committee. What's her name? Kathy Demers sent it to me. I didn't know about it until she let me know. So I'll follow up with them. Discuss the Teams meeting with Paul Henry and Ryan Kovensky of Secure Energy.
Yeah, I put that in there.
Yeah, that's not at the meeting that we attended, right?
No, we didn't get, I, Bill, Bennell and I attended it.
Oh,
And it was about a week and a half ago. I don't remember a thing about it anymore.
Well, it was last week, and it seemed like that the plans that they could best offer us didn't really dovetail with what our expectations were as far as trying to incorporate what new savings they would bring to our existing infrastructure. Does that
That's
sound
right.
about right, Tom?
Yeah, well, we were talking about what they could do with probably Energize Connecticut with any sort of grants. I remember during one point of it, I think Paul said, well, what can we do for you then? And I don't think we had an answer to that question even.
Well, he had a good offer for EV charging.
Yeah, he did have an EV have in his knowledge base a EV charger company that apparently could handle it from start to finish.
Yeah, turnkey
successfully. And that, that would be interesting at some point in time. Nobody's clamoring for a charging system yet. So we hope to get our PV system installed, at which point in time we do it under the multifamily affordable housing Appendix G grant, at which point in time, Earthlight will do the installation and we will get land lease payments from them, as well as 25% of all the monies going to our residents, at which point in time we can buy DC chargers with that money. So, I mean, it's a great future project at some point,
Okay.
but we didn't get real far with any great ideas. Nothing that stuck.
Okay. So are we all set then with item D?
Yes,
Item E, discuss back cover article on reducing waste in October 2025, Kiplinger's Magazine. I didn't see that article. Does someone have a copy?
I think I sent it out as an email, as an attachment, but John Tehan. I think it went with a draft agenda. Yeah, it's part of the draft agenda I sent out on 9/2 of this month at 12:49 p.m. Basically, I just kind of wrap it up. It wasn't a spectacular article, but there's a person that's opening up a business or has a business where they refill soap containers and other containers so that people don't have to buy laundry soap in a jug at the grocery store. They can go to this facility and buy it out of 25-gallon drums.
Okay, so they just bring their own container
Yeah.
and fill it up and pay by the ounce, pay by the pound, whatever.
Yeah, and I don't know, have no idea what kind of variety they have of, do they
Mhm.
have fragrance free? Probably. Do they have
Probably, yeah,
Tide
yeah.
fragrance free? Probably not. I don't know. But
Yeah, yeah, it could very well be that they yeah. If I was to do something like this, I'd specialize in green stuff that has as little impact on the environment as possible,
right.
Um,
But it seems
interesting
like an interesting
concept.
idea to get away from
Yeah,
the single-use containers. I don't know if it's
yeah.
great business.
My wife and I are members of the Willimantic Food Co-op, and they do that there. They if you bring your own containers, they give you like a percentage off for what you buy, because you brought your own containers, and they have tons of stuff that's just available for, they have pasta and nuts of various types, and just all kinds of stuff. Coffee beans in huge bins, and you just open the spout and fill a bag or fill a mason jar. We bring a lot of mason jars with us. Empty peanut butter jars are our favorite, just because got to use them for something. Hate to throw them away. They're nice glass jars. So we've taken to growing lettuce in them in hydroponically, and we use them. We use them to go to the co-op. Yeah, there's good stuff out there. People that are doing that. The co-op though still does have all your usual stuff. It's not all bring your own container kind of things. There's also a lot of other stuff that's just packaged
Right.
goods.
Yeah.
Crackers and soups and tomatoes and stuff like that in the can. It's a
Yeah,
typical
lots of-
grocery store in a lot of respects, but there's a huge section of stuff that you can use your own containers to get.
Lots of things in bulk where you can just, dispense a bag's worth.
Yeah.
And you put your own sticker on it to show what the item is, and then they weigh it up.
Exactly. Yeah,
And
you
you're
do
done.
a tear for the packaging. You have to weigh your packaging empty and do a tear for it. The co-op also has grade A and grade B maple syrup. I don't know what the grade B tastes like because we've always only gotten grade A, but it is good. Okay, I swear by the grade A. If I'm gonna
I
have
would-
maple syrup, that's the one.
Yep. I would think that you'd want some grade B because it's got some color and it's got a stronger taste.
Oh, really? I've never tried it.
I believe that to be accurate, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
And I'll send out this article that was like one page in the back of Kiplinger's. if
Yeah,
anybody
I
cares
saw
to
it,
read
Don. You did send it. I just saw it now.
Okay.
So yeah, I didn't read it at the time.
Okay. Minutes from
Anybody have
last
anything on
meeting.
that?
Okay, I got ahead of you. Go ahead.
I was just asking, anybody else have anything on item E under new business? All right, we're good to go. Moving on to approval of minutes from July 14th, 2025, regular meeting. Did you distribute those, Don?
I don't know if I no, I didn't, but I'm calling them up right now. Sort of by date, meetings from 7/14. Okay, because we didn't have an August meeting, and I just
Right.
called that up. So let me say who I just sent to. Well, that's new email. Probably easier for everybody to click on the town website, but I got it attached to an email here, so let's get it
Okay.
out. Minutes. Gonna go to J, enter BI, enter BI, down, enter. Send. Okay. Sent items.
There they are.
I probably don't have any problems with them, but I'm just speaking personally.
It occurs to me under present to speak here. I didn't add this to the agenda, but the Eric Ness and John Morrow conversation that we had back then. Steve Ossert, the director of the library, would like to come and talk to our committee about doing some kind of a renewable energy project at the library. Don, if you could add Steve to our agenda for our next meeting, that'd be great.
Okay. Yeah, OSSERT.
OSSER, I think. Honey? Jen? Oh, Jen's not here. She's downstairs or something.
Well, I gotta probably chat with him about finding some space for our management for Button Hill.
Okay.
An office or something, so I guess I will put that on my agenda to talk to him and get his spelling right and put it on our next agenda.
Okay, sounds good.
And he was gonna talk about what?
He wants to do some kind of a renewable energy project at the library, whether it's heat pumps, solar, or whatever. He wants to do something.
Okay. So he just wants to have a discussion with us.
Exactly. Yeah, he wants to have a discussion about what might be possible at the library. So
Okay.
I might talk to him too and ask him to just like bring some bills so we know what we're up against. What's your electric bill look like? What does your gas bill look like? Things like that.
Yep.
On the minutes, I'm okay with the minutes as written. Does somebody want to make a motion?
I abstain. I wasn't here.
Okay.
Okay. I'll make a motion. I'll make a motion that we adopt, that we approve, accept, whatever the term is, the July
Yes.
14th, 2025 WISE regular meeting minutes.
Okay, I will second that motion. All in favor, please raise your hand and say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye, sorry.
Thank you.
I was
so-
trying to think what my motion was so I could write it into the minutes. And I ain't got it, but I'll write something here. Is it to approve or
Approve, yes.
approve? Okay,
Yeah, that's the proper language. Sure.
okay. The 7.
All right, so motion carried with 3 committee members voting yes and 1 abstention.
Yeah.
Moving on to our second present to speak, Mr. Toulis, did you want to say anything to the committee this evening?
Ralph, you still there? Your mic is yeah, there you are.
Yeah, I'm still here. I don't have anything to say.
Okay, thanks for attending. We appreciate you being here. Moving on, item 8, correspondence. Don, any correspondence at Town Hall?
I didn't check, and I need to do that. Generally, we don't have any, but I don't have any to present tonight.
Okay, moving on, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Bill
Second
Vanel.
that motion.
Bill LaShawn seconded. The motion has been made and seconded. Anyone want to debate this, or should we just say goodnight? Going
I think
once,
we're good.
going
It's,
twice.
yep, 7:42.
Raise your hand to say aye.
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 All right. Motion carries unanimously. We
Good
are
night,
adjourned.
Gracie.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good
Good
night,
night,
night.
everyone.
Gracie.
Thank you. We'll have to
All
endeavor to get more done. Okay. In the
Okay.
coming months.
Thanks, guys.
right,
Talk to you
you.
soon.
bye-bye.
Bye.